Welcome to Dell. Thank you all for coming out. There are 2 rooms, so I see a lot of people standing. There's seats next door as well. Just a few housekeeping things I wanted to tell you about. The bathrooms are directly behind you in the hallway. You can either go out this back door, or there's a back door over here in this other room. That one is closer to the bathroom. Please wear your badge at all times. We can't have you wandering the halls. We have security guards standing around to direct you if you get lost. I just went blank. Wi-Fi, yes. I've already gotten some requests for Wi-Fi. I've already got a few more sitting in my inbox. I'm trying to approve them as fast as I can. I put my name and email over on the board. If you can hear me in the other room, my name and email is on the board over there as well. What else? Food and beverages, feel free, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A in the back.
Yep.
It's really confusing. The wrappers have like multiple biscuit names on them. You have to judge which one is most in the center, and that's actually what's inside. That was causing some confusion this morning. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Sherry. All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is John Simone. I'm the Chief Security Officer at Dell. I just wanted to welcome you all. Thank you for coming, selfishly giving us the opportunity to have it here so I'm not running downtown back and forth. I want to warn you more fiercely than Sherry did not to wander. If anything breaks, anything gets stolen, it goes on my charge code, so I'll come and find you. There's like Power Edge servers lining up the rows here. Those are not goodie bags, so on your way out today, do not grab one. Our ferocious security forces will take you down. They're authorized to use force. Selfishly, beyond just the convenience of having it here, I am excited to have you guys here so that you can, get a feel for, one, Dell still exists. If you haven't seen, we don't spend that much on marketing. 2, we're actually a vastly different company today. We have RSA, VMware, a bunch of cool stuff on top of the clients and servers. And with that, we actually need to be doing a ton of security, physical, cyber, insider threat, a whole bunch of stuff. This is my 1-minute plug. We're hiring the shit out of this town. I had planned to come in and say, if you want to wake up every day to like 70 or 80 degree weather in February, come work for us. I can't say that. Now the message has to be something like, if you want your car to start in the morning, come work for us. It may be 60 today. But we do have Jessica Patterson here, who's on our team, who, if you are interested beyond the conference and learning about what we're doing and want to look at like the 200 jobs we have open this year, talk to Jessica and tell her what you're doing and what you're interested in. She'll tell you about it. Beyond that, I do want to thank Sherry and the team for setting it up. I want to thank our sponsors for getting you guys breakfast and coffee and everybody who kind of pitched in to make this thing happen. I think the agenda looks awesome. I've been through the last couple of these. I think it gets better every year. So for the speakers and for those who submitted papers, just thank you guys for making this thing happen. I hope you guys enjoy the week, all right?
Thanks. Thanks, John. So I'm going to try to keep everything I say under 3 minutes. I probably fail because I know people hate to just sit down and listen to people talk. And then we're going to move over to Jason, who volunteered to do the annual Joe Stewart presentation. If you haven't seen it before, you'll see it today. And if you have, you'll see it again. So the reason I'm talking is very, very simple. It's true that we come here to listen to talks, but the agenda that we create for the conference is a little bit different. Meaning, I want to share a sort of a mission statement or vision or whatever it is. Do with it as you will. A few years ago, we're sitting in DEF CON and we're really getting sick and tired of security conferences, talking generally about, it's always putting the attacker on a pedestal, it's always vendor-oriented, and all that other stuff. Then we moved on and said, we are professionals. We do security, but we don't have a security discipline. We keep reinventing the wheel. We keep going around and telling people, so how would that work? Let's build a login screen from scratch. We don't have professional discipline, bottom line, as we see it personally. And we decided that we need to do something about it. And lastly, I think it was Salesforce, Mike Johnson, when the last straw kind of hit us, when he said, I really wanted a conference for security, for defense in security, because my people don't get accepted to talks if it's about defense. We have to wrap it around and make it look like attack. We said, let's just bring all this together and create a conference, and within 3 months we did. and it was in Austin. And the idea is very simple. Number one, art into science. Let's take what we have as security and turn it into a discipline. Try to create frameworks, try to create models, try to create something repeatable, try to discuss the first principles, have fun with it, but have some outcome come out of it so we can advance the knowledge base. That's the philosophy track. So the reason it's called philosophy is because we talk a lot. The first time we came on board with it, we generally asked for talks. They were all over the map. Nowadays, we're getting very precise talks about the discipline of security. It can be about economics, it can be about hiring, it can be about management, it can be about strategy. That's over there. And after the talks are done, we start working together in groups to discuss various topics of interest to us and modeling them out, creating a framework out of them so we can do something around that. The operations track is about operations, obviously. We also sometimes call it the hunting track. But there are several ideas here, very simply put. Number one, we want talks that are not introductory talks. I don't want to know how I configure Snort. I don't mind if it's old technology. Of course, new technology is preferable. What I care about is it being repeatable. Show us what you have done and how we can do it too, even if we don't have the code. All right? If we have the code, that's even more awesome. Fuck. So, well done. Am I allowed to say fuck it, Dell? Okay. I got kicked out of a conference once for that. So that's one more thing about the operational track and then warning. Second is, we have a lot of people who need information right now about hunting, threat intelligence, all these different topics, and they don't have where to find it. All these things happen in closed circles. We can't really let people in because growth will kill our trust. So we need a sort of conference where we can let new people in, see what they have, see what they can share, see what they know, and filter them into the closed groups. So what we did is created the open conference, and also, unless the speakers object, we put all the talks online for people to get it. So it's a dual thing. And lastly, the operations track is really about being able to share what we used to share only in closed circles, but doesn't need to be confidential in the open. So it serves multiple purposes. My request for you over the next few days is very simple. This is not about talks. It's not. Even though our goal is for you to get a lot of ideas, this is about making friends. This is about making sure that the best thing about security conferences, which is talking to each other, finding not just 3 or 5 people across the week, but finding real collaboration and real help for ourselves and for others. This is what it's about. So my request, we have grown this year, we're doing an experiment, if we can grow, is if you see somebody walking and you don't mind it yourself, you might be shy, just say hello. If you walk around, please just enter a circle. Make eye contact if you can, whatever it works for you. What I'm talking about is, please be friendly. See somebody at the wall, go say hello. That is the only way the conference is going to work, and I look at it as the only actual request I make of you. This is the ask. Say hello to people, talk to them, bring them in to be a part of us. Warning, this is our dress code. These guys are not going on stage. Not going to happen. And another warning is, this is very casual. Last year, we ran out of coffee. Somebody just went and bought some. Okay, keep that keep the spirit of the conference in mind. This is too professional this year because of Dell, and thank you. But we don't like it. We want a little bit of dirt, so keep it a little bit chaotic.
7 minutes.
No, it's not. And lastly, please enjoy. We're really glad you're here. The managers for the tracks, Sunil runs the philosophy track. He likes to talk a lot too, just like me. And Moon runs it today. Mike Johnson runs it tomorrow, the operational track. And lastly, for a couple of minutes or more, Jason is doing the Joe Stewart presentation. Thank you very much for coming.
Okay, so I'm getting lots of emails saying, how do I get Wi-Fi? Go to your Wi-Fi settings and go to the Dell guest Wi-Fi network and follow the instructions. It automatically from the tool, it sends me the email and I approve it, and then you will get Wi-Fi. Good?
Or figure out how to get on our corporate network and then let me know and you'll have free Wi-Fi.
Hey everybody, my name's Jason Geffner. I am not Joe Stewart, but about 30 minutes ago, Gadi surprised me and said, hey Jason, Joe's not here. Can you please present his slides, which I've not seen until about 20 minutes ago. So here I am presenting Joe's slides. Researcher conferences suck. A lot of them do. I think this one's better than most. Or, as Joe says, he sucks at networking at researcher conferences. All right, so why does Joe feel like most of the conferences out there suck? He's generally introverted. Many of us are. Many of us are the opposite. Most of us are somewhere in between. But being introverted at a conference when we're here to meet people definitely creates lots of challenges. Joe is bad at small talk. Yeah, small talk can be tough, especially when the other person you're trying to talk with is also bad at small talk. There are just so many times you can ask, where are you from? Where do you work? How is your flight? It gets pretty old pretty quickly. And he doesn't like beer. That's too bad. Yeah, I think yes, there are a lot of people that don't like beer. I don't like wine myself. But I could see how that could make the typical security conference challenging. So, more reasons why conferences suck. Too many people have a one-on-one discussion. Too many people to have a one-on-one discussion with all of them. That's tough. On the bright side, we have 3 days, so there should be a good amount of time to talk with a lot of people, one-on-one or as groups. Name tags are too hard to read without making it awkward. So here's how I see it. Yes, it is awkward to look at someone's name tag before talking with them, but embrace the awkwardness, have fun with it, get a laugh. It's awkward for all of us. You're not the only one experiencing the awkwardness. Yes, these are one-sided. And lastly, yeah, a lot of bars are noisy. We rented out a bar for tonight called Finley's. We have the entire place to ourselves, so as long as people aren't trying to sing karaoke on a non-existent karaoke machine, it shouldn't be too loud tonight. They also have an outdoor area, shouldn't be too loud. But yeah, at most conferences, you go to a bar at the end of the day, and it is really noisy. I can see what he's talking about. Even though I didn't agree personally with many of the challenges that Joe has faced, on this slide, I think we can all agree on everything here. We all want to network with smart people who do similar work. It's everybody here. We want to find out what tools other people here are using that we could incorporate into our own day-to-day work. And most importantly, we want to establish relationships, make sure we can share ideas and technologies with each other after the conference. So, what does Joe propose? He effectively proposed a way for us to create our own kind of internal, informal LinkedIn, if you will, to share contact information with each other. A set of slides with a few bullet points on each slide. So, Joe proposed using a picture, explaining who you are, sharing your contact email, what you do, what you have to offer, and what you need from other people. So I will actually jump to my slide. And a link to this slide deck was probably emailed out. I know it was mentioned on Slack. Yeah, perfect. So who am I? Again, I'm not Joe Stewart. My name is Jason Geffner. I'm the Director of Security Engineering at Electronic Arts. I'm based in Austin. Yeah, there you go. I'm based in Austin, so if you have questions about Austin, feel free to come to me. I can recommend fun things to do, restaurants, bars. I will say Austin is not the same as Round Rock, so if you have questions about Round Rock, I'm probably not the person to go to, although Round Rock Donuts is pretty damn good. What do I do? I am responsible for the security of all of EA's games and the platforms on which those games run. Also working to minimize cheating and piracy and fraud. Number one fraudster over here. What can I help you with? If you have questions about application security, feel free to come to me. I'm a former security engineer myself. Questions about reverse engineering, happy to talk with you about it. And if you have questions about some of my former employers, Google, Microsoft, CrowdStrike, definitely come talk to me. I'm happy to spill whatever beans I can. As for things I need, I'm always hiring. I need good application security researchers. So if you are one or know of any looking for a job, please come to me. So once again, these slides are available online. Gadi will give you more information. Feel free to add yours and be social, be friendly, and have fun.
Thank you, Jason, for coming up with this in 30 minutes. Appreciate it. So we want to, let's see how we're doing on time. 15 minutes instead of 30. So I'm trying not to say the F-bomb, but I'm failing. So this is kind of a thing, you know, we adopted things from many conferences. The F-bomb is from DEF CON, so I apologize if you have a problem with that, you just were warned. Okay, so we are gonna go into tracks. Yeah, so before your announcements, I'm gonna steal your announcements. We're gonna go into tracks. Now, please, you're allowed to shift between, but I would prefer personally if you commit generally. You don't need to feel like you don't have to. You have to, you can go to different talks, but keep in mind that the agenda is very, very fluid. We shift things around all the time. If you have questions, Sunil will talk about it in a minute. Lastly, Sunil sponsored breakfast this morning, so I want to thank him personally. And last year, because of the way the conference runs, the vast majority of our sponsors, or essentially just buy breakfast or lunch, have been anonymous, which was amazing. And then we said, you know, we are not a vendor-oriented conference, but we should still show some respect. So whenever we go out to lunch or come from breakfast, we're always going to give the sponsor a minute to talk about hiring and what, you know, they want to hire for. Sunil said he doesn't really need to, but that's cool. So these are the things you need to be aware of. And with that, Sunil, send us off.
Thanks. So I'm Sunil, for those who don't know. A couple other quick logistics things. If you are a speaker, come see either me or Ryan. So if you are a philosophy track or ops track speaker, make sure you see us during one of the breaks, all right? I think we have the first two speakers set for the first, I think we're gonna have two speakers and then we'll have a break. So hopefully we know who those are and then we'll go from there. This is a volunteer-run conference, as Gadi suggested. If you see something that needs to be fixed, just take the initiative and fix it yourself, or point it out unless if you can't fix it. Slack. So we will live in Slack, and that's why we need Wi-Fi. Please join the Slack channel there, artintoscience.slack.com. We'll post the latest agenda. We'll have a lot of the conversations in the philosophy track there, and so please join Slack. Yeah, so we're going to live in Slack. If you want content, if you want the discussion, you want to know where we're going to go for dinner, all that kind of stuff, that's where it's going to be, all right? And that's it. I miss anything? All right. Okay, so ops track here, philosophy track on the other side, and we'll get started in about 10 minutes, if not sooner.